It is another lunchtime. It's beautiful Wednesday morning, August 12. Sabi ko good morning eh. Good lunch na lang. Hello, Ma'am Betty. Hello to our special guest, Ria. Hello, and to all our viewers. And those who are going to watch this on replay, kasi alam niyo naman, pag Facebook and YouTube, they can watch this on demand anytime they want. Very convenient. So today, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, welcome Ria. And happy lunch to our listeners, yung mga ka-revolutionaryo natin. And today we'll be talking about a very interesting new topic that has evolved because of being locked down at home, 'di ba? So siguro pag nasa bahay ka, nakikita mo, kailangan ko kumain, 'di ba? So pag ayaw mo mag-order online, sabi nga nila, magtanim ka na lang. And I'm pretty sure Ria will give us some very nice ideas kasi it's not a matter of having a small or a big place, you know. It's for us to start planting. Actually, kahit na wala kang ang garden, you can plant it, di ba? Like some people will say it's an excuse, no? Na you are in the urban area, so hindi ka makaplant. Di ba, Ria, walang pwedeng maging excuse sa mga tao may gusto, right?
Kung gusto lang talaga,
oo. Pero Ria, how come, I'm just curious lang, why is your farm called Kahariam Farms? Bakit hindi Kaharian na lang with an N, diba?
Actually,
the wrong spelling.
Conventions, they misspell it because they think it's Kaharian, but it's Kahariam with an M. So our farm is a family-owned farm, and our parents wanted to use the play on words with Kaharian because we want to think of our land as like our kingdom where we want to be good stewards of what God's given us. But it's actually a play on the 4 children. So it's a syllable from each of our names, which is Halil, Hannah, Ria, Hiram. So a syllable for each Kahariam. Galing how it is cleverly, how it kind of like has a play on Kaharian. It all works together.
Yeah, it sounded so good, Parang, may royalty na, di ba? Talagang, may brand talaga, medyo maganda yung brand niya. And at the same time, hindi pwedeng sabihin plagiarized, kasi nga, kahariam, naging, with just one word na iba na, di ba? So this farm is located in Lipa City. So what is a farm girl ko doing in urban gardening, huh?
Well, actually, so our farm is in Lipa, but I have a condo in Muntinlupa. So during the lockdown, I started also really getting more into urban gardening, but also our home rent in Muntinlupa. We have a little garden. So everyone has a space, whether you're in a condo or you have a garden or even a small balcony. There are so many little things that you can do. For me, since I have a 1-bedroom, I don't have a balcony, so mas mahirap sa akin. But what I love to have is indoor plants and herbs. So herbs are very easy to maintain in a small area that you don't have so much lighting. Tapos it really helps brighten up a dish, no? When you have like
Correct.
basil or
Kaya
mint,
nga. And
tarragon,
when, yeah.
so
And when you're cooking, di ba? And
yeah,
you
when
love
you're
to cook.
cooking, yeah, it really
Andyan lang
adds
yan.
to the dish. So there's also yeah, so many like benefits, so many things that it really uplifts the spirit for me. Yeah, when you're surrounded by a lot of greenery.
Mhm.
So yeah,
It I know 'di ba some plants they also help in purifying the air, eh, 'di ba, around
that's
us.
Ayun.
true.
Yeah.
Yes, they yeah, because
Mm.
they plants suck in the carbon and gives us oxygen. So it really
Mm.
they say there's NASA came out with an article on parang the top 10 plants that are utilize this the purifying of the air. One of those is
Correct.
a snake
Mhm.
plant, which is very easy for beginners. Spider plants, if you don't have so much light at home, those are good indoor plants that are excellent air purifiers.
Are
Mm.
there indoor plants ba that are edible?
There are flowers that are like edible.
Mm.
The herbs
Mhm.
The
are
The
herbs can
herbs,
be,
edible.
oo.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
No,
remember
yeah.
there was one restaurant before dito sa Pasig nga, eh, meron siyang indoor na herbs. So, when you order something and they need it for cooking, they just get it from
Yeah.
they plant it parang vertical wall ang
Oo.
niya.
Yep,
Ganun
galing.
na.
Mm.
Mhm.
It's a vertical garden, yeah.
Oo.
Urban na urban.
Yeah.
So, bali, so pag indoor plants, more of herbs, herbs or something to purify the air,
Yes.
right?
Mm.
And then if you have an outdoor plot, kahit na no matter how big or small, or kahit nasa paso lang, di ba? Even if it's in those little paso, no? You
Mm.
can already plant the edible ones naman.
Yes. So I would
Ah, okay.
recommend the easiest to start off with are your leafy greens. So
Leafy
your
greens.
lettuce,
Mm-mm.
mustard, pechay.
Mm-mm.
Those are easy,
Mm-mm.
and it only takes 1 month. So after 1 month, you can already harvest and enjoy with your
Ah.
family. Uh,
So if you started pala doing this in March or I mean April, so ilan na,
Oh,
ano? Ilang harvest time na, di
oh.
ba?
Oo
Self
nga.
So,
self
yeah.
self-sufficient na yung mga vegetable needs nila, 'di
Kaya,
ba?
mm,
And
very
Hello,
healthy
pero
pa.
yeah, pero these plants ba, they need seeds to grow or kunyari parang yung I know for some plants you just cut it, 'di ba? Cut it, harvest it, tapos naiiwan yung roots, the roots are still there so it will grow a second second
yeah.
cropping.
There are some that you can actually regrow from the actual vegetables. So kangkong is one of them.
Mhm.
So if you get
Mhm.
Mm.
kangkong, you can just submerge it in a jar of
Oh,
water,
watery yan eh, no?
and
Yeah.
then the roots will grow. Once you have roots, which is usually mga 1 to 2 weeks, you can pot it in soil because the soil gives them the nutrients it needs to mature. But you can kangkong herbs are excellent also. I actually have pictures later to share
Oh,
from just one cutting, a single cutting, after two
Mhm.
months,
wow.
ang laki na ng ano ko, mint patch ko, may mint plant.
Oh, wow.
So,
Oo.
you can
So
do that
talagang
too.
there's,
You can ask
yeah,
your
very
friends who
doable, no?
are into
Yeah.
urban gardening,
Oh,
pahingi muna ng
yeah.
Mm.
cuttings.
Oo. Actually,
Ang
in a condo, di ba? Dito sa, I was telling Ria kanina, ma'am, dito sa rooftop namin, di ba, yung mga cage yun eh, laundry cage.
Mm.
Some of them have been converted. Many na nga, dumadami nag-urban
Oo.
farming. Farming na nga eh, kasi may malunggay. You
Yeah.
know, tinusok ni malunggay. Then, ngayon may mga leaves na. They're harvesting na. Oo, tapos may mga ibang vegetables. Oo.
Maganda
Tsaka
yon.
yung
Tsaka
mga,
sa rooftop kasi, if it's in the rooftop, I know it lessens the heat that is being
yes,
absorbed by your
yes.
By the
condominium, di ba?
building.
Yes, yes,
Oo,
of
by
course.
the
Yes,
building,
ma'am.
it lessens din.
Mm.
Yeah.
So
Ayun.
talagang
So,
nakakatulong pa sa ano, tawag dito sa global warming, 'di ba?
yes, oo.
Yes.
Oo. Yun nga lang,
So si
mahirap
yes,
lang sa
ma'am.
building is kung how to maintain lang if there are like on the sides kasi 'di ba there are some pictures of a whole building that have a vertical they have plants
Garden,
on the whole
farm, yeah.
side of the building, 'di ba?
Oo, so nice.
Yes, ma'am.
Pero I'm so curious din kasi to also help some of our younger audiences na Remember last week sabi natin na health is the new wealth, 'di ba?
Yes,
So
yes.
the problem with this pandemic is actually syempre health is the most important one, pero some people are
Yes.
also wondering over what will happen to their finances, 'di ba? So
Mm-hmm.
at least if they are doing something, so either they save on the food that
Mm-hmm.
they partake, or probably pwede nga ring ibenta, 'di ba?
Benta na rin,
Oo.
oo.
Yeah.
Oo.
Yeah, yeah,
Extra
within the
income
building.
also.
You're extra produced, no?
Oo.
Yes,
Kahit na konti, 'di ba? Ayan, slowly mabibuild mo rin yung market mo.
that's
Ayan.
true.
So I think we should listen, ano, we should have all our ears to
Yes, yes.
Ria kasi Ria has a presentation that she wants to
Presentation.
share with all of
Yes.
us.
Yes, ma'am.
Sige,
Okay,
Ria,
we'll just
bahala.
yeah. We will just take a
Bahala
break
ka,
muna
take it
so
away.
we can yeah, we
Okay,
will just
sige, para
yeah. This
tuloy-tuloy
is
na, no? Sige,
yes,
sige.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
This is just a 3 minute video because Health Revolution is powered by BIG. So we'll be back with Ria with her presentation, guys. Don't go away.
Business Innovations Gateway Incorporated. Our vision, to provide happy options for healthy living the holistic way. Our mission, to manufacture and distribute innovative and convenient high-quality products which provide the best value for your money. Our products: Gusto Powdered Vegetable Drink Mix, Big 50 Plant-Based Omega-369 Vegetarian Capsules, 2 Biota Liver Care Probiotics with Prebiotic Vegetarian Capsules, 15 Biota Probiotics with Prebiotics. Presenting Gusto Powdered Vegetable Drink Mix. By using spray drying technology, the vegetables are naturally spray dried. Gusto Powdered Vegetable Drink Mix is your daily detox with all natural antioxidants. Gusto Powdered Vegetable Drink Mix combines the natural goodness of 10 vegetables, ginger, turmeric and mango, healthily sweetened with stevia leaves which are easily absorbed by your body. You can now enjoy the health benefits of daily fruit and vegetable intake without the added work of chewing. Moving on to Big 50 Plant-Based Omega-369 Vegetarian Capsules to flush out the bad oil. Big 50 has 5 ingredients that can prevent cardiovascular disease. The capsule of Big 50. Improved capsule stability and effectivity. Japan Sealing Capsule Introduction. It is in vegetable capsule and uses an advanced Japanese sealing technology, so the oil do not leak. This way the capsule can be easily digested. Reduces water vapor infiltration, that leads to the reduction of moisture deterioration of the raw material. Moving on to 15 Biota. Unique features of 15 Biota probiotics with prebiotics. Contains 15 strains probiotics kept alive by prebiotics. Each capsule have 5 billion alive bacteria with innovative coating technology. Move on to 2 Biota Liver Care Probiotics with prebiotic vegetarian capsules. It filters our blood. Help yourself. Take 2 Biota Liver Care. It is the smart vitamin.
All right, so we are back, and sige, si Ria will share her presentation. Yeah, you will just be here. Sige, you can share. Yeah, okay.
Okay. All right. So, a little bit about our farm. We are an organic farm. And what's nice is if everyone gets into urban gardening, you can control your produce. So everything you can grow can be organic as well. Um, so we started our farm really as a passion project. Probably like most of you that want to get into urban gardening, we just started because we wanted to have clean food. We wanted, what does clean food mean? Clean food to us means food that is grown naturally without any chemicals being sprayed, no synthetic fertilizers being used. So we want to really use everything that God given us to produce the freshest vegetables. To us, that's what clean food is. We also do educational farm tours. We want to raise awareness on the importance of, you know, growing your own food and growing it organically. But due nga to this COVID, we're trying to do more things online to really share our advocacy. Um, uh, I guess the biggest trivia about our farm is when we started growing vegetables, we were selling it to a lot of retail shops, and we wanted to know how can you grow vegetables? Like, what is it? How can you grow the freshest and best? And it's really all in the soil. So we learned about, the best mixes, composting mixes, and that's where we started producing vermicast. Let me get into the three reasons or greatest benefits of growing our own food. So one is for our health. Like I mentioned earlier, we grow clean food, meaning we don't spray chemical fertilizers. When we were doing our research with other farms, they have little ways to market their vegetables, like they put kerosene to make it shine, they put embalming fluid to make it uh, to prolong its shelf life. And vegetables are really best eaten freshly picked. So it is the best practice to grow it on your own because the enzymes are still there. You're not using any carbon footprint to transport the vegetables to your home. So there are so many benefits. Another benefit is for our environment. A lot of the pollution now, um, in the floodings are all caused by pollution. So when you grow your own vegetables and fruits, you'll start learning that your kitchen waste can be used as compost that can be put into your soil to give the soil nutrients again. So if we all segregated our waste and we all reused our kitchen waste and put it back into the soil and reused and recycled our glass and plastic, it would definitely help our flooding problems. It would also help with global warming because we won't be emitting a lot of greenhouse gases that we get when we dump it in landfills. So that's another reason to also do our part in helping our environment, because when we help our environment, we're really helping also our health, because this is the area, the environment where we live in, and it's going to contribute also to our health. And another reason to grow our own food is food security. I know a lot of you right now during COVID, it's been a scare. The lines are so long in the grocery. And sadly, a lot of our food is being imported by neighboring countries. And so, if these neighboring countries are also in this pandemic, don't you think they would also cut the supply to first help their country? So, what does that do to us? As much as possible, let's support our local farmers. And whatever we can grow, let's grow at home, so that we can be sustainable and we will have that food security. and sustainability within our own homes. Um, so I know this is only an hour talk, but I wanted to give you guys at least three things to remember when you want to start your urban garden or farming. Just three things to remember, three S's: the sun. Most plants need about 6 to 8 hours sun. So your area will dictate what you can grow. So scan your area, figure out what direction of the sun you get from your window, your balcony, your garden, and that will dictate what you can grow. Um, and then you want your seeds. Uh, Bureau of Plant Industry gives out free seeds, which are open pollinated seeds. So if you're going to grow, open pollinated are the most natural, and it's good to start off with. And you can reuse the seeds that you get from the vegetables, not like hybrid. When you use the seeds, let's say from a hybrid tomato, and you use that seed, you're not sure if you're gonna get the quality as the mother fruit because it's a hybrid. So open pollinated seeds are the best to use, and of course your soil. Um, you could go really deep into soil, but there are a lot of potting mixes there that you can use. Basta you want to make sure that your soil isn't clay-like, na the water doesn't drain out, but it's also not sandy that the nutrients can't be absorbed by the soil. So those are the three things that I would recommend to look into before getting into your urban gardening adventure. So here are just some um, pictures. If you love avocados like me, you can actually try to grow from seed. You just submerge it in water. After about 2 months, I was able to plant it in our farm. And then after about 6 months, it's on the picture on the left. The one on the right is not the one from my seedling, but it is one of our avocado trees here in the farm. I just wanted to show you guys how big it can get. But yes, you can definitely grow from seeds. You can also regrow, like what Miss Betty was asking, from already groceries, vegetables that you have, from kamote tops to kangkong, green onions. You can regrow this just by submerging it in water. And also from cuttings, like I was saying, I just cut the picture on the left. I submerged it in water for about a week or two. It grew roots. I planted it in soil, and now look how big my mint plant is just from that one stem. So from seed, from cuttings, from regrowing, these are things that we can do to start off with. And I don't know if it's too early in the show, but I also wanted to give our viewers some free giveaways to encourage you naman to start your urban gardening. So if the first the first person that would email your name and address in info@kahariamfarms.com, we are giving away a seedling starter kit on the left. And then the second and third person that emails their name and address within Metro Manila, we will give our certified organic vermicast. This is fertilizer that will give the nutrients back into the soil. This is also for plant care. So I was like trying to go. I wasn't sure how fast I could go. But so those are some tips. Maybe we can also um, have, if there are questions or if I needed to repeat, I'm not sure. Parang the screen that was too small. But
Maybe Ria, you can expound with like for example, if a person wants to excuse to start urban gardening, what are the basic materials that they would need?
yes. Okay,
For
so
example, I like to plant, let's say I don't have a balcony, so it's indoor plants. So for indoor plants, what should they do? They will just buy the, ano ba yan, the seedling.
oh, okay, yes. My recommendation for beginners is to actually start off buying maybe an indoor plant or an indoor herb, and then get used to the type of sun it needs, get used to watering it, um, and then once you're familiar with that, kunyari, from that herb, you can get a cutting from it, and that's when you'll start regrowing it. So basic would be you would need potting mix. I guess that's actually really the most important one is get a nice pot that has holes in the bottom to drain the water, and good potting mix, good quality potting mix. And then all you need is sun and watering, and you're good to go. So that's kunyari, you don't have access to seeds. That's something that you can start off with, actually buying a plant and trying to regrow it from cuttings, which herbs is really easy to grow from cuttings. Yes,
And it's nice eh, kasi the reward is faster. So I think from a seedling, diba, it takes a shorter time for you to be able to harvest, right?
that's true. Yes, because you're gonna have to wait, yeah, for the seed to germinate. Sometimes the germination rate of seeds are maybe 80%, 70%.
Oo.
So it
So
definitely is
not
faster.
all seeds will grow into a seedling, tama? Yung
That's
iba
correct.
namamatay, some they die, they don't germinate, as you say, diba? So,
That's true.
okay. So that's why they have this small.
The seedling trays. I actually I have
Is that
a
how
tip
you start? Mhm.
for the seeds nga kasi nga it not all of it germinates. A tip is to submerge the seeds in water, and the ones that float
Mm.
will probably have dried up
Not,
already and cannot
Ah,
be used. So you want to use the seeds that
yun.
sink in the
That's it.
bottom. So
Okay.
that
It's a good tip.
okay.
Yeah, it's a good tip.
kasi sayang
Oo
naman
nga.
yung time, no? If you
Yeah,
plant it and
correct.
then you're waiting for how many
You're
days
waiting
and
for
then
nothing.
it's dried up na.
Correct. Yeah, there are seeds that are expired na eh. Sometimes we got seeds from yung mga DA or LGUs, tapos when you plant, oh, what happened? Yung pala, expired na pala. May mga
Oo.
expiration date din naman sila eh.
Yes.
Sometimes you didn't
Ah,
notice, you plant
okay.
it, but the only to realize, you just wasted time, di ba?
Oo
Mm.
nga. So,
So
Pero
it's
yung
always good to,
seeds,
to test. Yeah.
another question din pala on the seeds. Kasi usually, di ba, we dry the seeds. Like for example,
yeah.
okay, I ate avocado today. Ayun, uso yan. That's very good for good cholesterol, diba? Pero
Yeah,
yun na nga,
good
it's a tree.
cholesterol.
I don't know how many years. Siguro 2, 3 taon bago
Yeah.
before it bears fruit,
Oh,
The
bilis.
tree.
yung avocado tree.
Avocado, it
I
takes
think
longer ba?
it's like, yeah, actually, matagal yan eh, like maybe 5, 6.
5 years.
Oh, because it's a
Okay.
Yeah.
tree.
So, edi
If it,
mahirap yun, diba? Ang laki-laki
oo.
ng buto. It has a big seed. So, okay, you dry it. So, how would you know whether uh, you also have to submerge it in water, and then if it floats, hindi na siya pwedeng itanim, or after you
Oo nga.
cut and then you cut it and then you eat it and then you just plant it already. No need to dry.
Actually, well, with when I did my avocado seed, right after I used it, I cleaned it first kasi there's a lot of like layers of skin
Mm,
that
mm,
if you
mm.
don't remove it will
Ah,
bring bacteria, and it can actually rot the seed. So you want to clean it well for the avocado, and then I submerged it straight to
The
water,
be-
half of it,
mm,
and for it to root.
mm.
Oo.
And then yun, nagsisidling na siya.
Oo,
Diba?
it'll grow roots na, and then
Madali lang pala, no? Seedling,
very
seedling
Mm.
lang.
easy. Oh, and now that
Oo.
we have so much time because of this
The
ECQ,
pandemic, yeah.
the
Yeah.
And
perfect
then
way
pag
to
sa,
use it.
yeah, and then with the soil naman, how do you potting mix? Kasi
Yeah.
like, I know I knew, di ba, the potting mix,
Yeah.
nagde-deliver naman siguro kayo to Metro Manila, di ba?
Yes. That's a really good question. So, there are so many potting mixes you can get. May 3-in-1, may 4, 5
Oh,
different
yeah.
ingredients. But basically, you want some sort of fertilizer in it or compost for the
Uh-huh,
nutrients. So for
uh-huh.
us, we use vermicast, and we mix vermicast with um, carbonized rice hull to help
Okay, ipa,
aerate
yung
our
ipa.
soil. Oo, ita, oo. To help
When you say
raise,
carbonize, parang
it's burnt.
sinunog
Yeah.
na. Oo,
Oo,
sinunog.
sunog na. Oo, yeah.
Tsaka
So,
ano din yata yun eh, it helps na hindi like for example, sumobra yung tubig mo, di ba
that's
nag-absorb yung
yeah,
It
it will
absorbs, yeah.
absorb, and
rest.
then it will also carry the nutrients from the vermicast and keep it there. It will also fight bad bacteria, microorganisms within your
Mm-hmm.
soil. So for
Uh-huh.
us, we actually just use those three: the vermicast, the garden soil, and the carbonized rice hull. You could also use, depende what you have in your area or what's accessible. Pwede rin
Correct,
yung
correct.
coco husk. It's
Mhm.
another way to add moisture, good drainage in your
Correct.
potting mix. So
Oh.
a lot of gardeners who sell potting mix, they add coco coir. Um, Also, chicken manure that's processed, meaning it's been decomposed na.
Decompose,
It's very high in nitrogen, which is good during the vegetative state of a crop. So sometimes they put also processed chicken manure. So iba-iba, depende sa stages also of like the plant life. There are different nutrients that it needs. But I would say for beginners, para hindi mo overwhelm, just a
baka
nutrient, so
ma-discourage
a
ka agad.
compost, a compost, so any nutrient, so vermicast, compost, any fertilizer to put in the nutrients, and then your garden soil, and anything that will add aeration and help with the drainage. So, yun nga, yung carbonized rice hull, yung coco coir, tapos some of them use uh, pumice, which is like volcanic rock. But to me, kasi parang feeling ko expensive and hard to get yung mga ganon. So I
Correct,
just use
correct.
whatever we have abundance of here, no? Which is yun nga, yung carbonized rice hull, cocoa fire. So those
Yeah.
three lang, I would say, for your potting mix.
In line with with that kailangan 'di ba cost efficient 'di ba and
Oo
anything
nga, cost
that is
efficient.
also available. How about yung kasi 'di ba we have this problem now nga yung sa garbage there's no actual garbage separation eh. So 'di ba we have food waste. Diba?
Yeah.
Kasi when I was in Candelaria, we had a backyard, I dug there some holes. Tapos doon ko tinatapon. Then and after a few months, nagplant ako doon, may naging friends akong mga nagka-farming. Very, parang, very fruitful yung mga tinanim ko. Pero in an urban setting, how can you do that? Di ba? Kasi nga, one problem is yung food waste. Di ba? They end up, clogging our streets, di ba? Our drainage system.
Yeah.
So, can we use that? Like, is there a
Yeah,
process or
absolutely.
something you can do? Parang
Yes.
i-separate na natin from the house, the
Oo.
plastics, tapos yung mga pwede itapon. Then also, what we can use for gardening.
Yeah.
Like yung mga,
That's
yan, yung mga tira-tira.
So to me, that's like the golden question. Kasi
Ah, okay,
our
okay, okay.
biggest advocacy when we um, when we started learning about farming, it's all in the soil, and it's all these food scraps, kitchen scraps, yung balat
Mm-hmm.
ng mga different fruits and vegetables. There's so much
Yeah, oo.
nutrients in there that
Oh.
you can use it
Mm.
um, to fertilize the soil.
Mm-mm.
So there are three things that I can think of. You can just use it as compost. So really having a compost bin where you just compile
Okay. Like indoor,
Anything
like in
that's
your
not.
kitchen or somewhere
Oo,
in like
yeah,
in an urban setting tayo, in an urban
yeah.
setting. Yeah.
So in your, yeah, just any kind of bucket with a lid, so you can put it in your kitchen, under your kitchen sink. If you have
Okay.
maybe a balcony, pwede rin doon. And basically, you just allow the waste, the biodegradable waste, anything that rots, to decompose. When it
How about
decomposes,
how
uh,
about the
the smell.
yeah, it
So,
might stink.
yeah, so there is this technology called bokashi, which basically means that there are good microorganisms that are parang sprayed or inoculated into,
Okay.
let's say,
Okay.
bran or oats,
Mm-hmm.
that you can buy, and you can
Okay.
you can like sprinkle this bokashi on your compost bin.
Okay.
This will help
Oh.
fasten the decomposition, and then it
Mm-hmm.
will
Good. Good.
also help like with the smell, because you're gonna need a firm lid. But if, let's say, if you there's a certain ratio kasi that you can also, it won't smell bad, your waste. So if, let's say, you have one part food waste, to three parts, let's say, agri waste, like let's say you have dried leaves
Yeah.
or,
Yeah.
dried
Yung,
bark, you put that
mm,
in, it will help rin
less,
minimize the
lessen, yeah,
smell
lessen the stink.
of your
Yeah.
compost
Okay.
bin. Oo.
Kasi that
So,
might be the biggest issue, di ba? For people like in my setting ngayon kasi kailangan ano I have to picture out kasi walang balcony. Well, we have our outdoor is only the roof deck where we have a cage, laundry cage, which many
yeah,
have already turned into their mini urban farms. No?
mini,
But that's a good tip yan. No? So may
yeah.
available pala yan. So if you
Yeah,
want to
we're
do your own decomposition, meron kang pwedeng ilagay. No? Okay, that's great.
even worm kits. There's a lot of some that are
Oh.
medyo advanced na. They have their own worm kits where they make their own
Oh.
vermicast. Oo.
Okay.
So, nako-control naman rin yun, yung smell, depending
Okay.
on like how much you put and then what you put. There's like certain tips and techniques that,
Okay.
if anyone's willing to know more about Kahariam,
Yun.
is more than happy to answer them. But
Okay.
definitely, yeah, kasi that
Yeah, we
would
have
be
a
a
Facebook
popular
page nga
one.
pala. Okay. That Kahariam Farms is yun sa name, nasa name tag ni,
Oo,
ni
correct.
Kahariam Farms. You can search for it on YouTube. Actually, we have a, before moving on, no? We have a comment here. He's the president of Green Party of the Philippines. Ito, si David. Good afternoon. Great episode. Share this to our page and groups. It is also live via Ako at Kalikasan TV, AKTV. Oh yeah, oo, nag-request sila ng cross-posting. Thank you, David, kasi yung mga green, ano to the Green Army to mga ito eh. So,
Green
yeah.
Oo nga
Revolution.
eh.
Yeah, the
Baka
Green
maging artist na
Revolution.
si Ria. Pero talking
Oh,
about yung the food waste, what kind of food waste for a condo? Fruit waste lang,
Um,
probably
so,
would be best.
yeah,
yung mga tirang kanin. Di ba?
yeah.
Yung mga ulam.
Kanin pwede din ba?
Yeah, so I would recommend vegetables, fruits, not kung meat or dairy, probably better to throw it out because of the smell, and it
Yeah.
can attract rin mga pests.
Oh, pests. Yeah,
So
yeah,
that
yeah.
would be better to throw away. But your fruits and vegetables, even like, let's say, paper, cardboard that doesn't
Yeah,
have like,
biodegradable yan.
yung mga biodegradable, pwede rin yun sa compost bin eh.
Okay,
So,
okay.
yeah.
Wala kang dry leaves, kunyari, at home. So, you can just put the water. Oh, okay yun
Yes.
na kasi, di ba? Instead of,
Oh,
we
yeah.
always think of recycling paper just to,
Mhm.
the scratch paper. So, we reuse, tapos, di ba?
Mhm.
And then, we shred, gano'n. So, that's the only thing we think about when we talk of paper recycling. So, so that's a very good tip, diba? So instead of having
Mhm.
leaves, yung papel, so the paper, they just cover the fruit, the peels, and the vegetables with the with
with
paper. So it
yeah,
becomes compost. Ah, okay.
yeah.
Talagang magiging
Yun.
ano siya, magiging
Maraming
soil.
leaves, maraming dry leaves sila ma'am from their
Ayan,
front and
perfect.
backyard. Yeah, oo.
Yeah.
Eh, kasi we're
Kasi
talking of
bawal na
people
mag-burn
with the
ngayon ha. Di ba? Dati
Yes.
sinisigaan. So bawal na
right.
yan.
Oo.
So right now, kasi the way we manage our waste, it's either we dump it in landfills that cause, greenhouse gases that are bad for our environment, kaya make global warming tayo ngayon. And then in the landfills, it also seeps into our sewage in the water,
Correct.
which the
Correct.
water from the waste, it's called leachate,
Goes,
and
yeah,
it
goes
goes
back
to
to the
the
system.
rivers, the creeks,
Yeah.
and this is very
Mm-mm.
harmful, especially for the neighboring communities. And then they also burn, which is also horrible for the environment and the neighboring communities. I lived in Thailand, and the farmers actually have what they call burning season, where once they're fixing their fields and all the dried leaves and crops na hindi na nagamit, they burn. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, they can use that as compost or vermicompost. Sayang, pangpataba pa sa lupa nila yon. Then you're not harming the environment. So imagine if we all segregated our waste and
Kaya
used
nga.
our bio waste for composting.
May mga
It
attempts
really,
na, kaya lang Filipinos are ningas kugun talaga eh. So we have to really be consistent with
yeah.
that. Okay, so I think we will just have to take a quick break. So mamaya naman, can we talk about the health benefits din ng urban gardening? Especially now that most of us are like this, talagang for the past, ilan na, sabi ko, 120 plus. Oh my gosh, parang di ba? Tagal na pala natin. Sabi ko nga, nung kung nakapagtanim na ako ng simula with
Oo.
mga vegetables,
Yeah.
I should have harvested na ilang beses na sa tagal na natin. So we will talk about the health benefits, of course, mamaya. When we come back, we'll just play a quick commercial break. Okay, we'll be back. Don't go away, guys.
Kung puso ang problema, break the bad habits. Move on na para sa healthy heartbeats. A big 5-0. Tara na, let's all be fit. Mega healthy sa omega 963. Para sa heart nutrient deficiency. Sa big 5-0, strong ang heart and body. Sa big 5-0. Nakamove on ka na't kumanda? Sa Big 5-0, puso mo ay alagang-alaga. Anak, anong gusto mong juice?
Ang gusto ko, veggie juice kasi gusto juice, gusto ng lahat. Ang veggie juice na papasigla ng katawan. Nasa gusto na ang lahat. May gulay na, may prutas pa. Ito na ang sustansya. Vitamin ay kumpleto pa. Ikaw ma, gusto mo?
Uminom na ng isang baso ng sustansya. Kompletong sigla para sa ating pamilya. Gusto Veggie Juice, your yummy veggie drink. Maple syrup.
Ikaw ba ay may problema dahil sa bad bacteria? Mayroong solusyon para sa'yo, huwag mag-alala. Subukan mo na para may good digestion ka. Haha, happy life sa Itin Biota. Itin Biota, para laging masabi ako dyan.
Alright, we are back. Tuloy natin. Oy, sa mga kasama natin nagla-lunch dyan, enjoy lang kayo sa lunch nyo. Kahit kami ay medyo gutom na.
Hindi naman
Okay.
maalala nila na habang kumakain sila sa susunod, magtanim na sila para
Yun.
fresh yung kinakain nila.
Correct. And
Pero
talagang,
sandali
yes,
ako,
ma'am.
question pala kanina. Di ba we were talking about the vegetable waste and fruit waste? Are we referring to yung kasi pag yung vegetable, di ba, yung naluto na natira, that can also be used as compost or kailangan yung the cuttings before we cook the veggies?
The cuttings, the fresh cuttings is more advisable because the cooked ones already have oil, which you don't want to use for your compost. bin. Oo. Saka if
Yeah.
you're doing vermicomposting, which we do, the worms don't like oil. It's
Uh-huh.
harmful to them.
Ah.
So all the fresh ones, so the peels and then all the cuttings, that would be perfect.
And then how about, I remember before, pag yung mga gardens, nakikita natin yung eggshell. Diba?
Yeah.
Inaano nila yung eggshell. So that
So
can also be composed.
yes, so a lot of the things that you have at home that you, let's say ayaw mong magkaroon ng compost bin, you could actually use it to fertilize the soil. So all the coffee lovers there, yung coffee grounds, you can use that top layer on your container pots. Also, yung eggshells, you can dry it first kasi sometimes if you put it directly, nagkakaroon ng like fungus. So you want to dry your
Oo.
eggshells.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And
You
it's
wash
great
and then you
to
dry first.
wash and dry. And then just sprinkle it on the top layer of all your pots. And it's high in calcium. And just like our joints, diba, for calcium, think about like the joints that you see in your vegetables. For example, your tomato. For a tomato to grow, and for it to hold itself, the calcium actually from the eggshells help it stay intact. So if you have mga fruiting vegetables, it would be ideal to, yeah, don't throw your eggshells, use it as fertilizer. Oo. So
So anything that is washable,
yes,
kumbaga, anything that is washable, like from the cuttings from the veggies, the
yes.
peels from the fruits, and we can use it to be part of the compost. Tapos and then just cover it with paper, 'di ba? So, is there a constraint on the kind of paper that you use or any kind of paper goes?
So there are, if the paper is, let's say, kung cardboard paper that has a wax print, you probably
Yeah.
don't want to use that.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
if it's
So,
yeah,
so
Hin-
the question here
so yeah,
Nawala.
so yeah, no, but any other like let's say from your toilet paper roll, you could use that.
yun
Even like
na, no? Especially the middle part that we just throw
yeah, the
away.
middle part, and then let's say you have yung mga pad paper, yung sa dulo, yung matigas na cardboard, you can also use that in your compost bin. Another tip pala is when you cook rice, di ba, we want to wash the rice several times. The
Hugas
water
bigas.
from the rice
Yeah.
water, you can actually use that to water your vegetables.
May
Ah,
vitamins siya, no?
Actually, oo,
Yeah.
Man,
So,
another
it works
tipid,
like a,
no?
yeah,
another
it works
tip.
like a fertilizer. Parang ganun
It
siya.
acts like a fertilizer because there's nutrients in there that you can pass on to the crops. It's great for leafy vegetables if you're growing various leafy
Okay.
greens and
So
rice.
what other, ano pa? Sorry napahaba yung usapan natin. What other benefits does
Very interesting
urban
naman kasi.
gardening,
Yeah.
oo.
So there's
Nga,
so many. So I kind of thought about my top five benefits for urban gardening, and one is our health. We talked about the food that we eat. A lot of our food is processed. Sometimes there are a lot of chemical fertilizers sprayed. Alam ko mahal yung organic vegetables, but if you can narrow down your choice on what vegetables to buy na organic, you want to buy probably broccoli and cauliflower kasi those are the ones that have the most pests. So those are the ones that farmers spray so much chemical fertilizer. So
ako,
if you're gonna
paborito ko
buy,
pa naman.
you want to focus on, yeah, the organic broccoli and cauliflower. So one is our health. When we grow our own food, we know that we're growing it naturally. There's nothing bad in the soil. We're not spraying any chemicals in it. Another is it actually builds our confidence and our self-esteem, knowing that you're able to grow something from seed up until harvest. There's a
Correct.
sense of
Exactly.
pride. No, now we're able
Mm.
to actually help food
So
security at
yes,
home and
yeah.
sustainability.
So it is very good for people who say that, oh, I have a mental problem during the lockdown. Magtanim na lang sila. They can just
Yeah,
grow
Yeah.
anything, right?
yeah.
Correct.
That's actually my other tip. It reduces stress. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of our lives were like on the computer or desk jobs,
Correct.
or a lot of stress with the deadlines. It's nice to be able to divert your attention to something so calming like taking care of a plant. So it really helps reduce stress. It also helps with our body to it's actual work to have to take care of plants. So when you're out in the fresh air under the sun, vitamin D rin yan. So those are other benefits also for us if when we get into urban gardening, especially yan sa rooftop, like what
Mm-hmm.
Raymond has.
Yeah, morning sun.
Oo,
Yeah.
And I think
vitamin D.
well,
So,
from a health
yeah.
perspective, I think it has a detoxifying effect. Kasi the
Oh.
lungs is one of the organs that helps detoxify the body. So, di
Yes.
ba when you
Mm-hmm.
plant, sabi nga nila, you sing to the plant, you talk to the plant. So,
Yes.
as you exhale, as you
You
exhale
exhale
carbon
what the
dioxide for
heart.
them, and then di ba, you
You
inhale
in.
the oxygen from the
Yeah.
plant.
Yeah.
Ayun.
They say that there is a healthy bacteria in the soil. I forget the name of that healthy bacteria. That when you inhale it, it actually promotes your serotonin hormones in your body. And those are the hormones that make us happy. Those are the happy hormones that you get when you
Oh,
Happy
happy
exercise.
hormones.
That's
Yeah.
found in the soil. So gardening will actually make you happy through inhaling those that good bacteria. For me also, this is
Ano pa?
probably
Yeah.
my biggest reward for me. Gardening for me helps me be more, sorry for lack of a better word, more human. Kasi
Mm-hmm.
with our world now, we're stuck at work, we're stuck in traffic, we have deadlines, we have all these worries. You're reminded of like how to observe the plant and what it needs. You
Okay.
respect its timeline, that you cannot force it to grow. It's a sort of humbling feeling to have respect on how nature works and be a part of
Mm-hmm.
it. So it kind of reminds you what it is to be human back in the day and back to
Mm-hmm.
basics, what's really important.
Correct.
And that's what's really rewarding for me.
I
When
think the
you
word is, it helps you to
Humility,
become
patience.
compassionate. Kumbaga,
Yeah.
you become
Mm-hmm.
compassionate to the
sensitive,
plants, 'di ba? And
that's
it
correct.
helps na it helps na later on it will also help with your social relationship with people.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
that to me, yeah, that's the most rewarding thing about planting.
And kaya lang paano kung 'di ba sabi nila you should have a green thumb. Sabi nila kasi
Is that true ba?
kasi we're
Or is that,
healers naman. So
True.
sabi
diba?
nila
Meron ba talagang
there's
taong hindi? Mm-hmm. Is there such a person who's not green thumb?
I don't
Meron bang
think
ganun
so. I
talaga?
think everyone has a green thumb. It's just in a consistency and really the passion
Mm-hmm.
for taking care of that plant. But it
Correct.
doesn't take a lot. You just need, sun and proper, love and caring, proper watering. Anyone can do it, I believe. Oo.
Mm. Yeah, me too. Ako, I also
well,
believe that everybody. Pero my wife says, hindi siya green thumb eh. So, sabi ko nga, as long as you say that you're not
hindi na
green thumb, hindi talaga makiking, di ba? You have to really,
then meron kasi talaga, some people are really born with a green thumb na where kahit na, no matter what they plant, it will grow. But then it doesn't
oh,
mean na if you don't have a green thumb,
you
you should
cannot,
not try, di ba?
Yes,
Pwede
saka,
pa rin
yeah,
naman mag-try,
yes.
right? Oo.
there can be so
Okay.
many factors then why it doesn't grow. Let's say you got a bad seed. Hindi mo naman kasalanan yun na, it's
Oo,
nothing to do with
tama.
your skills
Right,
as a
oo.
person.
So,
Correct. Don't take
yeah,
it
baka ang
personally.
kailangan is knowledge.
Yes, oo. Just keep
Knowledge lang ang
trying.
kailangan.
Oo.
Correct, correct yan. Oo,
Basta
tama.
right ka.
That's good.
Answer. Oo. You have a ano ba, Facebook page, ano, Ria?
Yes, we have
Yes.
just
I will,
Kahariam
yeah.
Farms.
We will share it. We will share it here. Actually, naka-ready na
Oo.
to. Oh. Sige. Yeah. Sige lang. Go ahead
Kasi
and
siyempre,
promote
ang
it.
dami pa natin kailangan itackle which we cannot tackle in just 1 hour, di ba? Very, very
Yes,
interesting talk
ma'am.
by
Of
Ria.
course.
Mhm.
Ito,
Yes,
yeah, if you see that logo, Kahariam Farms. Ayan.
yes.
Actually, ano, Raymond, one of
Yes,
the,
ma'am.
I think, benefits that you have to add is you save.
Yes.
You save money. Di ba? Para sa mga, ano
Oh, yes,
naman,
of course. Of
financially
course.
astute people. Either you save
Oo.
or you earn, di ba? You
Yep,
save and
okay.
earn. Yan.
Okay. So there are financial gains, di ba?
Oo.
Yes,
Right.
Oo.
that is very true.
Actually kami, we import fertilizer from Thailand. Pero alam mo, ang hirap mag-change ng mindset ng mga farmers. We've been
That's
doing it for
true.
the past 3 years and without much success. Pero siguro sana ngayon, people will realize that, we really need food. At the end of the day, it's still your health that is more important. Diba? Kaya nga,
Absolutely.
it's worth to invest. You have to invest in food, healthy food. We have to be proactive with our health. Sabi ko nga, one time we should talk about finance budgeting with the
Yes, ma'am.
budgeting for for health,
For
diba?
health. Yeah. Actually,
Yes.
they also have a website. Teka po, ha? I'm just para ma-share natin yung website.
So, okay lang naman sa Ria, no? Pag if people will write you, people will
Oh,
ask you
yes,
questions.
absolutely.
Oo.
Oo. And
Also,
also, di
how
ba
can
you
they get in
sell?
touch?
Di ba
Doon sa
you sell
promo? Sa
the
promo?
Oh, yeah, we sell
Sa
our
giveaway.
vermicat.
pating mix?
Ayan.
Ayan. Oo.
Yes.
Ay,
Right.
may singit ko lang si Jaime. Yan. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon sa iyo, DJ Jaime. He's from Channel 31 and he's also watching us. Ayan. Ayan, Vermicast. Ayan yung
Yes.
pack na ano, no? Can they buy that online and
Yes, so we have a reseller on Shopee, and then we
okay.
have also a reseller in Echo Store. They carry our vermicast, and then there's also directions in the back how to use, what
Mhm.
vermicast is, why it's good for our plants and for the environment.
Mhm.
Maybe
Okay.
before we wrap up, ito, share mo natin yung yung website nyo, okay?
Okay.
At least makita nila. This is your daddy. Yeah. That's your dad, no?
Yes, he's
Black Soldier Files. This is a ano pala to? Photo ano pala to? Stream. Photo ano. Ayan, ayan. Ayun oh, yan. Oh, Vermicast. Okay. So this is the website kahariams.com. Okay. kahariamfarms.com. Okay, for more information. And para sa mga ayan oh. Okay. O doon sa ano pa?
Madali namang maalala,
Photo stream.
kaharian, di ba? Kaharian,
Kaya nga,
N,
ma'am.
palitan lang, gawing M.
Yeah, wrong spelling mo lang, yung kaharian.
Wrong spelling, tama.
Irang friend.
Misspell mo lang ng one letter. You will not forget. Ayan, black soldier flies. Ano yung black soldier flies? Ayan.
It's so exciting. They're like worms also. They can
Okay.
eat the waste faster than worms. And the larva can be used as animal feeds. So we're
Oh,
really
so they
trying
work the same way. They work the same way as earthworms.
as earthworms, but what's good about the flies is before it turns into a fly, its larva can be fed to chicken and to fish as feeds. So it's very cost effective, and yeah, cost effective, and you don't have to use land. So imagine a lot of farmers grow corn and soy to feed to the pigs, to the chickens, and with black soldier fly farming, we don't use so much land, and it's cost effective. Plus, it helps with our organic waste
Mm.
management.
Ako,
So we're
I
always
think, oo, I think we should put Ria on another episode
Yes,
para
yes.
she can
Hey,
talk
before we
about,
wrap up
yeah,
nga
it's
pala, I want
something
to
very
share
new.
a screen here. Ito kasi very important. Itong
Mm-mm.
three reasons to grow food: your health, for our environment, and for food security.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm,
Okay.
yeah.
I noticed kanina, hindi ko pala na-share ito. Yeah, importante yan. It's for our health and for our environment. So, katulad ng sabi ni Ma'am Betty, also for our pockets, di ba?
yes,
Oo,
Oo.
lahat-lahat, di ba? Oo.
yes.
Win-win situation. Ayan.
Yes,
There's
oo.
no reason
Tsaka
not
ano
to
yan
start
eh,
this. Yeah.
tinatrabaho yan eh. Everything you have to work at it, di ba? In order
Mm.
to reap the best harvest from
Mm.
anything, from any endeavor that you will do, right?
Okay. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
reaping and
Alright.
sowing.
Ayan.
That is
So,
Okay. So now
yeah,
it's
so we're,
1:06. We have to
oo
wrap
nga
it up
eh.
now. Ang bilis sa
Thank
oras
you
Yeah.
so
talaga, ha?
much for inviting me.
We have learned so much, ha? Grabe, ha?
Oh,
Learned so
kulang pa
much.
nga eh, yung one
Yes, ma'am.
hour.
Oh, may
Very
hirit si Ma'am Betty.
interesting
We
topic.
can schedule another one daw, sabi.
You know, we'll be very happy, no? Kasi that's also one of my advocacies. Eh. Kaya nga I import yung, no, when the organic fertilizer was presented to me when I went to Thailand. Sabi ko, that's something very, very good. Kasi nga, food security is very important. If all the
Absolutely.
land, ano na
Yes,
yung
ma'am.
mga tao, di ba? And as we say, health is wealth, di ba? So,
Correct.
alam nga naman lahat
Health is
processed food. Yeah, we cannot
health
eat
is
all
the
the
new wealth.
processed food. Right, oo.
Correct, ma'am.
Ayun. So, thank you very much,
Thank you
Ria, for
very
sharing,
much.
Thank you so much
you
for
know,
Thank
yeah.
inviting me.
you. How can they get in touch
So,
with you? Sa Kahariam Farms Facebook page lang. Just send PM is the key, sabi nga ng marami ngayon.
mm-mm.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay,
Ayan.
you.
just get in touch
So,
with her. Yeah.
yeah, we hope to see you again in another episode of Health
Yes, ma'am.
Revolution. Join us
Yes,
every
Rhea.
Wednesday, 12:05 to 1:05. Buti ano ngayon, no?
Yes,
Pag
ma'am.
konting extension, okay lang.
Okay lang,
And,
ma'am. Wala man tayo sa pero nasa live broadcast tayo ulit sa TV, hindi na pwede.
oo nga
Pero
eh, yun. So,
may
that's the
mga
good thing
lumiligaw na
about,
sa atin mag-live doon eh, pero we're just waiting for the best offer syempre. Okay. So, yes ma'am, thank you so much Ria and
yeah,
Ma'am Betty. And don't forget, para sa mga health revolution tips naman and for our wellness, let's just search for Business Innovations Gateway. Yan, big. Just search for it sa Facebook para sa mga vegetable juice, sa mga tamad dyan maggulay, pwedeng gawing juice and
yeah.
other
On
products. Nakita natin
on
kanina.
Facebook, we're at My Big Ink. My, and then Big, B-I-G, and then I-N-C. My Big Ink.
Yes.
Yun.
Oo. So, bali
And
next
we also have the Health Revolution, di ba? Health Revolution
page, yes ma'am.
Facebook
Yes ma'am.
page. Oo.
Ito.
Yan.
Quick lang, just
Yeah.
for a second, ipapakita ko lang, sandali. Humirit pa no? Okay, ito.
I'm curious rin.
Para, I keep forgetting eh. Yan na. Ayan yon yung Facebook page. Alright.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
that's
guys,
our Facebook page. So actually, the gusto is made up of 10 leafy greens. So in the future, pag nagustuhan niyo yung pag-gardening, malay niyo, gumawa kayo ng sarili niyong leafy green drink. Yun.
Oo.
Pero pag for consistency, bumili na lang kayo. Gusto
Okay.
juice. Oo.
At malay niyo,
Pwede
pag
naman
marami
magtanim
kayong
ng
produce,
iba.
yeah, si Ma'am Betty bibili na sa inyo ng inyong mga
Oo,
extra
pwede din.
produce.
Oo. Right.
Okay, so
So,
yan.
see you again
It's a wrap.
next
Yes,
Wednesday.
ma'am.
Thank you very much,
Thank you very much.
Ria. Thank you,
Ria.
Raymond.
God bless,
Yeah.
God bless. Stay safe, everyone. Watch this on demand anytime you want to learn more about this. Okay. God bless
Okay,
us all.
bye.
Bye-bye.
Network.